everybody. Welcome back to take two, should we say, of this week's podcast. I'm your host of the podcast, Matthew Moore, and I'm joined this week, once again, by my daughter, Brooke. Hello, Brooke. How are you? Well, for the second time this week, take two, because when I say take two, we recorded this podcast, and then the file decided to, destroy itself, literally go absolutely messed up, and we've had to re-record it here on a Friday evening.
Yep.
So, how are you?
Doing good. Except for that it's nice school time. So
exactly. That's what we're going to talk about on one of the subjects. Back to school. But anyway, guys, yes, welcome back to the podcast for another week. Take two of this podcast, because as I said, you recorded this podcast on Wednesday evening, and I went on after being out last night to try and put it online, and the file was corrupt. So, yes, not a very good way. But anyway, we're back anyway, guys, for another podcast. Hope you're all doing well out there. For future podcasts on down the road, if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can. If you're watching us here on YouTube, you can see all the details below in the description below. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud or any other source you can hear us on, you can contact the podcast by email, matthewmurrayyoutube@mail.uk. On Instagram, I'm there if you want to give us a follow and send us some questions if you want to. Matthew Murray official page on Instagram. Also on Twitter, you can contact me by the old tweet. At MurrOfficial81, or you can go on to Facebook and find the fan page Matthew Moore YouTube and hit the like button there and send us a wee question for any or show down the road or any subjects you want to hear us talk about here on the podcast. Brooke, now normally I don't mind recording another podcast, but this week a lot of people have been backing you up, especially on Instagram and also on Twitter and email. They wanted me to sing on this week's podcast. I did sing on Wednesday whenever we recorded it originally, but I'm going to have to do it all over again. I'm sure you're happy to hear me singing again. Did you bring your earplugs this time?
Yes, I did indeed. And thank you. I love every single person who said he should sing.
Some of your suggestions were actually quite funny, so you were, but
really?
Yeah, some really cool ones. But I have picked a song, and I will be singing it later on in this week's episode. So anyway, where should we start? What a week we've had since last week we spoke on the podcast. It's been a busy old week, hasn't it? Lewis and I have done a bit of travelling this week, haven't we?
Done a lot of travelling.
Yeah. Since the last podcast, we have been to Castlederg. We have been to Belfast a few times. We've been to ice hockey season once night. We've been to pretty much a lot of places, and also got a new room in our house as well. So for people who don't watch the vlogs, or if you've never watched the vlogs before, make sure you check them out, because we do daily vlogs on YouTube. So we started off after the last podcast a little trip to home base.
Yes.
My petrol strimmer broke down, so I was actually asked by one of the players last Saturday, why are you filming yourself going to home base? Because it's a vlog.
That's the whole point of it.
But home base staff were fantastic this time compared to the last time we were there.
Yeah.
They give us a new strimmer, which I still haven't used, because every time I try and use it, it starts to rain. God,
I bet you tomorrow.
damn you, rain.
I bet you tomorrow, as soon as you go to work, it'll be lovely and sunny.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm off to Belfast tomorrow for the Welders game, and the hockey. But yeah, the old work colleague of mine who's working that night in home base was really cool, and he sorted us out with a new strimmer. So please, hopefully this week, Mr. Sunshine will come out, and I'll be able to get my edges of my garden trimmed. So, not that they're crazy or anything, just need to keep them sort of in line. Also,
just a wee weirdo.
Lewis and I got a new demo this week for the the PlayStation 4 Pro Evolution Soccer 2019, which I can't wait to get. It's due on the 30th of August. Lewis and I done a live stream of that the other night. It's pretty good. You didn't take part, but Lewis and I did, and a lot of you guys got involved. Bit of general banter there between some Scottish football fans during the conversation.
Maybe if you do a Fortnite stream again, I'll play. Cause I like Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite streams seem to be pretty popular.
Because I like to play Fortnite. Because people, I know that whenever Lewis started playing Fortnite, I didn't like it, but then I got into it, and now Andrew came in the other night. I was playing it on Lewis's Switch, I think. He's playing it on the PlayStation.
Apparently he's connected the Switch to the PS4.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say there. They've connected, and we can play together, but they've connected, and she came in and goes, "We're all a bunch of geeks. You play your laptop, she plays hers, and we play Fortnite."
Yeah, and PS4.
Exactly.
Other consoles are available, by the way. I'm kidding. But yeah, we got Pro Evo the other night. We're playing a bit of a demo there and streaming it on the channel. A lot of you guys watched it, so thank you very much for everybody who joined in the conversation during the live stream. The game itself is available on the 30th of August, which I have pre-ordered. So if you're getting the game, please do, because it's a good game. Also, last night on another a live reaction video this past week as well of the Liverpool game away to Crystal Palace, which Liverpool won 2-0, by the way. Mm-hmm. You're sitting here recording this podcast in your beautiful purple Liverpool shirt.
Yes, I decided to wear it today.
Yes, indeed. Liverpool won 2-0. So, yeah, that was a good night as well. Then last Saturday, Lewis said earlier this night, took a long trip to Castledurg. What a trip that was. But yes, I did do what the players been trying to get me to do for the last year. I sang on the team bus. And
I missed it.
And you were going on at me saying, I don't believe you word you said. Well, the song that I sang on the team bus is the song that I'm going to sing on the podcast this week.
Woohoo! So good to hear you.
Again, because you heard me singing it on Wednesday.
We're just going to pretend I never heard that.
Exactly. And your ears are going to start bleeding later on.
Yes, how they
But
will.
no, Castledurg is a long trip to get to. Lewis and I had a pretty good time. Unfortunately, the team lost by 2-1. I've never seen how we ever came away with not even a point from that game. Was horrendous. The chances that we had, we absolutely battered Dergview in the second half. Couldn't get over how much possession we had in the second half, but it wasn't meant to be. So even the manager I interviewed after the game for Welders TV, if you want to go and check out Welders TV on YouTube, guys, you can. Give the Twitter page a follow at Welders FC, and also Harden with Welders FSC on Facebook. You can watch the interview with myself and no manager Norman Kelly. He was not happy with the first half performance, but he think was sort of at least deserved the point. Should have at least got 2 goals in the second half at least for a draw. But you seen Dergview's second goal, didn't you? The wonder strike from out of the box.
I think so.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, guys. Go and check out the highlights as well. It's just crazy. The goal, their second goal, was unbelievable. I've actually sent it to Soccer AM, so hopefully they pick it up and show it, maybe on Facebook or even on their channel itself. So, but Dergview's a long trip away, guys. But the pitch was good condition and the weather held out for a little bit, and the people were nice down there. You were down there before a couple of years ago, helping the young lady behind the. Here's a story for you guys. Remember Brooke with the Dergview before? The day you went, you were helping out. The young girl gave out all the sandwiches and the buns and stuff to all the players and all. Remember that day?
Yes, she was about my age. I think
That was
it was
about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe.
I think it was about 9 or 10, and I was helping. It was so fun though, because I didn't have to be stuck with football. And
last year, whenever we were in Castledurg with the Welders, you were in Newcastle that day with your nanny and grand. Remember that vlog we done? One vlog, 2 locations.
Yep. They decided to take me down. I had a pretty good day, if I'm being honest. Especially whenever I was in the beach, because me and Nanny were playing with the sand.
Well, you can go back and watch that vlog as well.
Yes.
But no, long trip to get there, but no, it was good. Apart from the result. And then coming back in the bus was a bit fun. Boys were singing and having a few beers, and it was good fun. The bus away trips and the Welders away trips are funny.
They are. I've been to a few of them, and it's like.
And all the new players had to sing. There was a lot of new players had to sing.
So there was a lot of songs in. Mm-hmm. I love to do it though, because it's always fun, because you always get like, you always go on. You're thinking, right, I'm not singing today, or I'm not doing this, and then you just end up doing it, and you start having fun, and it's. I think if you're away in it, if you have a good football team and you're up with a bunch of good people, and you're away on a away trip, you'll have one of the best away trips ever.
No, they're a good bunch of lads. I enjoy being with the Welders. They really are nice guys. Not saying the Bangor lads weren't. Never worked for Bangor. Bangor lads were fun, but the Welders guys are awesome. They are really good fun on bus trips. Even the manager gets involved and the staff gets involved. It's a really good time, and the directors and the chairman and all sits at the back, and he has a wee sing song too as well. They're a great bunch of lads, and it's good to be part of the club at the minute, especially with everything going on there, with the new stadium coming out soon, and the staff are just been brilliant to me and Lewis and I, and obviously whenever you decide to pop your head in that again too as well. I mean, they've been absolutely phenomenal, and I couldn't really ask for any more from the club. Anything I ever do for them, they're just so appreciative, and anything from like putting a story out or updating the website or putting a match highlight video out, they're so appreciative, and the way they treat us is just unreal, and I couldn't ask for any more from the Welders. So I'm looking forward to the one to Ballina-Mallard, which is in a Skilling area. It'll be an hour-long trip, so it'll be no doubt an hour we bottle of beer or two on the way home from the boys, and hopefully get the result that day. But looking forward to it. But they're playing tomorrow against Portadown, So if you hear this podcast before 3 o'clock tomorrow, if you're in Belfast area, come to Tilliesburn Park, because I'm there tomorrow with Lewis. Come say hello. So
I won't be there.
You won't be there now. But yes, also this week, we have a little guest room in our home. As you'll probably know if you watch the vlogs, guys, you know, last year we created a wee small room downstairs into like a man cave for Andrea and I. Well, I say man cave for Andrea and I. It was more of a cave for us to go into and like watch movies, play games, stuff. But then recently we haven't really been using it as much because of work times and everything else. And we're doing work around the house elsewhere, and we haven't really been using the man cave. So we decided to turn it into a guest bedroom for people to come, and whenever they come and stay, the likes of your Uncle Tony when he comes to watch like UFC and WWE pay-per-views, and you have a friend staying over, or your brother has a friend staying over, or your sisters come to stay, or something like that. You know, we'll have a little room there now where people can go in there's a bed and stuff. Today's vlog's like a bit of a disaster where, you know, stay tuned for that, where we're trying to build the bed today. Don't even get me started on that.
I just sat back and watched.
Disaster. But yeah, we just converted that room downstairs into a small room. So it's a guest room for everybody else coming along last week. Also this week, I was really happy as well, because I managed to pick up a little item through a friend of a friend, a 2005 Champions League final jersey. Mm-hmm. I have the jersey, but I don't have the Champions League final version of it. And I managed to get my hands on one. So that was the year you were born.
Yeah.
That was the year I got married. And
that was the year that Liverpool won. So it was a
Champions League.
So it's a pretty good year for you then.
Yeah, very memorable year.
Because I'm here.
And I also signed my life away that year as well.
You signed your life away a few months before me, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure.
I got married in February to your mum, and we had you in November. So
I was pretty much
the stork in the sky brought you whenever we were like a week married.
So I was pretty much a honeymoon baby.
The stork man came and dropped you at the front door in November.
What?
But we found you at the bottom of the garden, amongst the birds and the bees.
I don't think babies.
With the little tiny people.
I'm pretty sure babies don't come that way.
They do. The pot eating peas at the bottom of the garden.
But
You're looking confused. Anyway, enough of that. Yes, but here, a subject I want to talk about on this here now. A lot of you young listeners out there are heading back to school this week and next week. And Brooke's just dropped her head in disgust.
Oh, I'm joking. I'm going to.
We went out twice this week for some. Twice in the last sort of week.
Yeah.
Once before we recorded last week's podcast, and obviously this week. School shopping. You're back to school, and was it the 4th of September you're back? But you gotta go to your new school and do an exam.
The thing is, so like it's only a half day. I don't see the point in it. But
well, a lot of people are going back to half days just to sort of break you in and get used to the school and stuff, especially the new starts, like you were last year. But yes, a lot of you young listeners out there are going back to school, or you're going to college, or you're starting uni, or whatever. It's that time of year again. Sorry, I can't speak. September is creeping around where you are all heading back to school, and us parents get our head sharp for a few hours.
It'll be more hours this year as well, because I'm going to be getting involved more, and I have to get a bus as well.
As we always say here on the vlog, or on the vlogs, as Andrew always says, whenever something happens, and just laughs at it. What's your baby?
Not fair. I'm going to be gone for like 7-8 hours a day.
I'm just going to have a wee swig of Lucozade here for the working man.
Is that? You say this every time.
Awesome. I'm thirsty.
Yeah. Well, I'm Friday. Nice to meet you.
You're funny. Yes, that is it. Are back to school this week, so I'd like to hear you get in touch with the podcast for next week. What year of school you're going into, what's your favourite subjects, what school you go to, and pretty much anything school related, and we'll talk about it on the podcast next week.
Answer all three of those.
Well, we know what school you're going to, but people will see it in the vlog next week or week after when you go back to school.
Can I tell them my favourite subject?
You can tell them that, yes.
I have two.
Okay.
Drama and science.
We are a drama queen.
You're mean. No, it's drama and science.
You are a drama queen.
No, I'm not. I am a queen, but
yes, anyway, subject on hand. We got your uniform complete. Now we still have to go to Belfast next week to get your PE gear.
Yes.
which is a bit of a nightmare. I have to ask your grandfather if he can kindly run us up there in his car next week to the Kennedy Centre in
He
Belfast.
will. I'll give him my wee puppy eyes.
You go and give him puppy eyes tomorrow when you go for your sleepover tomorrow
I'll be
night.
like, Grandad, you know why you love me?
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll be like, yes.
And then when I ask him to throw something at me,
And then I go, take me to Belfast for my school uniform. And he'll be like, yes.
No.
And if you're listening, Grandad, I love you.
I don't even want to comment. So I'm done. But anyway, yes, last night, sorry, we also went along to, don't forget in touch with us about the school stuff. We'd like to hear from you.
Yes.
Matthew Moore YouTube at mail.uk.
And
on social media.
And Instagram, Brooke_Moore_19, no capitals.
And no trolls.
No.
Because you shall be blocked.
And reported.
Exactly. Like we've had to do a few this week.
Yes.
But anyway, last night, the Belfast Giants started their new season last night. Well, launched their new jerseys, and it was like a season night launch last night.
Yes.
Lewis and I went and picked their season tickets up. You came along anyway. Big shout out to our friends Emma and Lisa. And yes, Lisa, I am going to sing again on the podcast because you were sending me last night at the when's this podcast going out so we can hear you singing. You're going to hear me singing shortly. Yep. And her brother was there too. Was it Devon? His name was
something like that.
Really cool guy. He passed his GCSEs.
Yes.
Young lad, 16 years of age. Really cool kid. And he kept Brooke company last night. And he's a really cool kid.
He's
and
very nice.
Shout out to him. Really nice guy.
Yep.
So he was. And good luck in his future. Hope he gets what he wants to do in the future. Hope he gets what he wants. Because seems, as his sister said last night, it sounds like he swallowed a dictionary. Remember all the big words he was coming up with last night at Pizza Hut? Unbelievable. Anyway, so yeah, I went to the Giants last night. And they released all their new shirts. Their red one, the white and teal, and the pink one. I'm going to order the pink one.
No, I don't like the pink one. I like the red one or the white one.
I think the pink one's nice. Guys, go on to the Belfast Giants official store or website even and have a look at the new shirts or jerseys and let me know which one do you think's nice.
As people say, you're not a true man if you don't wear pink.
That's a load of nonsense.
It's true though.
Or men who wear pink all the time. It's not pink, it's salmon. It's pink.
It's pink. Guys,
do you know something? I don't even know why I say this or not, but your mum didn't like, whenever I was with your mum at the time, she didn't actually like me wearing pink, so I actually bought a pink shirt one time just to annoy her. And whenever she looked at me one time, she was like, why are you wearing that? It's like,
I'm pretty sure she's the person who put me off pink. I've never liked it. No, Nanny's a big fan of pink, obviously. We all know that.
And Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse.
Yes. But I don't like pink. Dad pranked me the other day with my school bag. He called me and goes, I've got your school bag. I says, what colour? And he goes, it's not blue. And I says, I swear if it's pink I'm going to throw something at you. He goes, right, you better get your stuff ready to throw at me. And I go, why? And he goes, it's pink. And I go, I'm going to kill you. And he goes, I'm joking, it's purple.
It was pink.
No, it's not, it's purple. Because he goes, if I were to get you pink you would have killed me. And I was like, yep. I just don't like the colour pink. I'm not very keen on it.
No, definitely not. One other thing I want to talk about as well. We had a bit of a scare today. My mobile phone had a bit of a scare today. Mobile phones. Let's talk about mobile phones.
Yes. How addicted people are.
How addicted are people to mobile phones? Now, I use my phone for obviously my job, social media, talking to you guys on social media. Just the usual general stuff, and also, watching videos on YouTube and blah blah blah. How addicted are people to mobile phones these days? Now, let me tell you a little story for you younger listeners out there. I remember the time whenever mobile phones first appeared on the market, whenever I was a young lad. Now, when I was in first form, I managed to get hold of a mobile phone. Now, you can imagine this is 1993. Mm-hmm. And it was a wee small Vodafone thing with a wee pull-up aerial. And it was like an analog phone, it was called. And whenever you stepped out of a certain area, you never got a reception. It was like a walkie-talkie, like a type of thing. I was one of the first ones in my school to actually have a mobile phone at the time. But nowadays, mobile phones are so advanced and people are completely glued to them. People can't even go to the bathroom without even having their mobile phone with them. I had a bit of a scare today. I have a Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, guys, and my chargers decided to play up today. And I had to actually go out tonight and purchase a wireless. What is it? A wireless?
It's like a
contactless wireless charger thing.
You just set your phone up.
Mobile phones now are, number one, crazy prices,
100%.
extortionate prices. I mean, to buy a phone now, top of the range, you're talking like nearly £1,000.
And that's without having your
Obviously, a
SIM
lot of
card.
people use their phones for their day-to-day jobs and stuff like that, but how addicted are some people to mobile phones?
I think I
Like yourself.
I think I seen something on the internet the other day. People on average spend, I think it's like most of the hours. I think it's like nearly. I think it's like 18 to 20 hours a day on a phone.
Not really.
Yes.
All right, not an average person, because they're not awake 18 to 20 hours a day unless you
No,
have
but like,
an average person. I would say would probably spend about 4 or 5 hours a day on a phone. It's
but
crazy.
not me. I'm on it like
Some
24/7.
some of the things I remember whenever I had a phone, they didn't have any games on it, they didn't have nothing else on it. You couldn't even text on it. All you could do was phone. And then they obviously brought out text messages, and then they brought out Nokia phone where you could play Snake, the old
I love
famous
that
game Snake. But nowadays phones are just so advanced. 4K cameras. I mean, Andrea's phone, the P20, the Huawei, the P20 Pro that she doesn't have, has like 3 or 4 cameras on it.
Pretty sure
Slow motion filming. All these different angles. You can do 360 videos on phones now. You can do all these different things. But most importantly, people are addicted to mobile phones. I actually saw a sign whenever we were in Blackpool. I saw it on Facebook one time, but this guy actually put something similar outside a bar. If I could point it out to you, it says, when you come into this bar, pretty much it says, act like it's 1991 or 1992. No Wi-Fi, no phones, just to act like 1992 and talk to people. No mobile phones. Everywhere you go, people are have their face stuck in a phone. Everywhere you go. Now, obviously, it's a good thing. For example, if you meet a celebrity,
Yeah.
you could take a photo or a selfie. If something serious happens, like a major disaster somewhere, and you need to capture some footage, it could be used for like a news story, or it could be used for evidence or things like that there, which is good in a way to have that there. But some people just have no life and sit all day on, excuse me, I thought Lucas it's trying to repeat me. Their lives are consistently on social media, which is another subject I had to talk about on the road as well, social media. But mobile phones people are just so addicted to mobile. I mean, I went out tonight there with Lewis to get that charger thing, and everywhere I turned, somebody had their face stuck on a phone.
See, you say I'm addicted, but
Yes, you are.
Thing is, though, I go out and I would generally spend. I would maybe I would go out at maybe like 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but if you had the opportunity, you'd have your face on a phone from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep.
Excuse me, no, I would not. If I had the opportunity, I would be out 24/7 playing with my friends.
Back in the day, guys, when I grew up, there was no mobile phones about. Well, there actually was when I was a young lad, but they were like them big giant mobile phones. Anybody out there who watches Only Fools and Horses, go and watch Del Boy's mobile phone episode where he sells mobile phones. They were like the size of bricks, and that's why years ago the Car Phone Warehouse brought out a phone called the Brick, where it was like something similar what they brought out years ago. But I mean, some people just completely have their life dedicated to their phone, consistently stuck on their phone every single day. I have my head in my phone, yes, every day, I'll admit that, but I mean, some people are just crazy.
Some people are just go a little bit too over top.
Their whole life depends on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or it's just mobile phones now have taken over the world when it comes to like people's lives. Sit here and you can't even go to the bathroom without having to take your phone with you. My day, people used to take the newspaper with them for a reading.
Grandma still does that.
Because your granddad's not high tech. Your granddad has a mobile phone, but it's like behind with the times.
Yeah, I feel like the only person, I think Nanny is the one who has like, she has a similar phone to mine, but she still doesn't know how to work it.
She texted you the other day or asked you the other day, why don't you use WhatsApp anymore? I don't use that no more. It took you like 4 months to teach her how to use WhatsApp. And
I still have to teach her how to use Messenger, so
anyway,
I have to get used to that one.
Yeah, mobile phones are just overtaking people, especially teenagers. This generation does not know they're living.
See, I'm not too bad. I would go out and spend hours on end outside playing with my friends.
With your mobile phone?
No, I've left my mobile phone at home.
Do you know? Actually, we went out for dinner today, and I didn't even take a phone with me. We actually went out, didn't vlog it today though, but we went out to dinner today, and we didn't take any phone with us. I didn't take any phone with me, so I didn't. So, which was a good thing. But mobile phones are just taking over some people's lives sometimes. Bit of sad news this week, Brooke. One of the just not like a cartoon, more like a children's program you used to watch when you were younger, growing up. You were actually quite obsessed with, especially with the girl of it called Stephanie. A lot of people out there don't really know the children's program, Lazy Town.
Okay, still love that show.
You were obsessed with Stephanie. You used to have her outfit and all too. You used to dance like her. The guy who played the evil villain, Robbie Rotten, passed away the last few days ago with cancer, which is unfortunately age 43.
See, cancer nowadays just takes people so young, no matter what age. And
Well, that's why I always say to people, get yourself checked, no matter what it is. If it's how silly it is or whatever, get yourself checked.
Because you never know. Because if you leave it to keep going, it could get worse, and then you would have...
It'll end up worse and you can't cure it.
Exactly, but if you get it done quicker and you know about it, then it'll be done so much easier, and it'll have a possibility, or more cured. Possibility of being cured.
Exactly, but yeah, Robbie Rotten passed away. I mean, we've had so many pass away. Aretha Franklin has passed away this last week or so as well. I saw her perform live at WrestleMania 23 with your mum. She's a lot different compared to when she performed at WrestleMania 3, but yeah, she passed away as well. We've had so many passing away, and then I heard Billy Connolly's not very, very good. Obviously, his Parkinson's disease is starting to really kick in now as well, and he's not recognising any of his family members as well. We've lost one of the Chuckle Brothers recently too, and we've lost so many different people. I mean, this year it's just sad. We've had wrestlers pass away. Jim the Anvil Neidhart passed away. We've had Brian Christopher, son of Jerry the King Lawler, professional wrestler, pass away too as well. Nikolai Volkov, professional wrestler, passed away too as well. It's just so sad how many are passing away in such a short space of time. But Robbie Rotten's one you'll always remember, wouldn't you?
I still love.
Do you remember the songs from Lazy Town?
I don't know.
I do, but I'm not going to sing them.
Name me one of them, and I might know.
The theme song for Lazy Town, you don't remember it?
Oh my goodness.
Just can't remember.
Wait, no. Tell me some of the lyrics.
Welcome to Lazy Town. Everybody's fun here to stay.
Wait, really?
Welcome to Lazy Town.
Oh my goodness.
Remember?
Yeah. I have an idea.
I'm not singing Lazy Town.
Maybe I should do it in next week's podcast.
No,
I'm joking.
Definitely not. Anyway, it's on to the most important part of this week's podcast, where I have to sing. And you're clapping and you're jumping with excitement. Let me take an order like a Lucy. Here's what I'm
Oh my goodness, can I avoid the situation?
Well, I sang on Wednesday and want to sing again, so what's the difference?
He's trying to avoid it. Avoid her.
I'm taking a drink here.
He's also an old man.
I'm also what?
Nothing.
Whatever.
You'll see it in the editing later.
Now, I'm going to go onto my Instagram here, guys, while I'm talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, 'cause I actually didn't do this on when I recorded the podcast Wednesday. Some of you guys sent in some suggestions, so I want to give some shout outs.
Yeah.
So So here we go. I put a little message on Instagram the other day saying, recording this week's podcast, Brooke wants me to sing on it. Should I? Leave a message below if you think I should sing and what song to sing. So, Jordan Offersyth says, sing a bit of Baby Shark. Rachel_10, Mo Salah, or My Feelings, Drake, was that called? Yeah. Mark Adams says, Kiki, do you love me?
That's the exact same song as in
People are asking me to do that thing out of a car.
I can do it.
Let me see. Over here,
Road.
Flynn Longstaff says, you should sing. What's OFC?
Of course, you should sing.
Oh, of course, has to sing. Sorry, that's right.
Slang.
Matthew_Mackenzie, yes, sing Country Road.
I think I know what that means.
Michael Dobbin wants me to sing You Never Walk Alone. You've already seen me singing that in the vlog when I was at Matches.
Yeah.
We see here. Jake Kirker says Wonderwall. It also says You Never Walk Alone. Country Roads from Gowdy. K_Thompson says Wonderwall. Charles 2002 says We've Got Salah, the full version. I actually sang that on the vlog before, remember?
Wait, really?
With the green screen behind me, remember?
Never.
That was what the thing was called. And you sang that one as well too. What's that there?
Despacito.
What's that one?
It's like a Spanish sort of thing.
Oh, DJC 2005, Let It Go. I'm not singing Frozen. Park Hill _Adam, You'll Never Walk Alone. _Harry_Bull. It's also said comments. Chrissy _Blur, Stand By Me.
Sorry.
Ugh, Desperado. But anyway, I have chose a song. I want to sing it again for you. It's Wonderwall by Oasis. They have to sing the whole
You
song.
have to sit back and relax.
They have to sing the entire song. Can I sing maybe the first 2 verses, then the chorus, and then the me?
No. Let me see what else.
The chorus, pre-chorus, and then the chorus, and then the me.
And then maybe we could do the chorus again, and I'll help you this time.
No, definitely not.
Aww.
And there's to be no music play because obviously for copyright reasons.
Yes.
Okay, so I have
I'm
to
gonna
sing.
sit back and relax.
Oh my god! Can I take one more drink for the working man again?
He's trying to avoid it. What I tell you?
Not at all.
You're avoiding it. It's
Well, I sang it
drinks.
on Wednesday and I sang it on Sunday. I think I may be getting coming down here with a cold again.
Oh, lovely.
You ready for this now? Turn the microphone around here for the. No, I will not be on the X Factor this year.
Oh, I'm gonna apply for you for the X Factor. You're over 16.
Not a chance.
Yes.
Okay, he's ready for this now. I know you're not recording on your phone for to put on Instagram. Do you want to put it on Instagram? Oh my god, here we go. We didn't do this on Wednesday now, was I? Hadn't opened my mouth now.
I want to put it on Instagram. We're gonna put it on your Instagram.
Yes, okay, my Instagram. Here we
Because
go.
it's more funny because you have more followers.
Right, hold on to get the camera ready here.
See, he's avoiding it again. Your camera's fine.
There's nothing wrong with my camera. I'm just trying to delete some of the videos that I recorded last night at the Giants, which I don't want anymore. Here we go. The things you do to entertain. You ready for this now?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Are we rolling?
Yes.
Stop the video a second now. You have to wait till I start singing, then you can record it because it looks more better instead of just me talking. Desperado. Here we go. Ready, guys? Yes, ready for this now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. That's where you have to wait now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you really never had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. You're loving this, aren't you? And all the roads that we had are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. You're loving this, aren't you? 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, I'm sounding really horrible today. You're my wonder wall. Are you happy now?
Yes.
There you go. Sorted.
You need to. My ears are bleeding.
I know they are bleeding.
Yes, because
I can't sing better than that, but it's just I'm really husky tonight.
I could beat you in that.
Well, there you go. You happy now? Sorry. So anyway, guys, on to next week's podcast. If you'd like to hear Brooke sing, I'm going to put a little thing up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook again.
No.
Leave a comment and also send an email for your suggestions at matthewmurrayyoutube@mail.uk. And payback.
Do you know what? Do you know how many people are going to say for me to sing? I'll probably just sing the same one as you. Oh, wait. No.
No.
I have a song. And you're not picking it.
Yes, I get to pick the song.
No, look, I didn't get to pick yours. I get to pick my own. I didn't get to pick yours. You're not picking mine.
I'm picking the song.
No, he's not. I'm picking it. I already have one in my head.
What is?
You might not know it. It's called Best Friends by Rex, Orange County.
No swearing it?
No, I promise.
Okay, cool. So there you are, guys. As promised, I sang. I can't sing better than that, but it's just I'm having a really husky voice tonight, and I'm tired. So.
This is payback though, because my voice is going through a change, and I'm gonna sound horrible.
You sound wonderful. You sound like a little bird to sing.
It's definitely a bird.
A bird getting choked out.
Exactly.
Right, guys, I'm gonna go here, and also before we do go, in this week's podcast, I did say on Wednesday when I recorded this, I'm wanting to do more than one podcast a week now. One where is more for your sort of, this is the family friendly one. I want to do maybe one where I can sort of have a bit more freedom from what I can say and talk about other things as well.
So if you're if you're under the age of, let's say, 16, maybe.
I can use sometimes if certain subjects I'm talking about makes me want to have a say a bad word, then maybe I'll have to say something. But it's more of a non-family friendly podcast where I can sort of off the cuff and talk and stuff like that. Or if you'd like to hear another podcast, certainly give me a message on if you'd like to hear that or not. But yeah, you know, we did record a podcast on Wednesday which had more subjects that we talked about, but we had to re-record this one at the last minute, so hence why we're doing it now. But anyway, yes, Brooke, we're on speak now. Brooke, we're gonna go for another week.
Yay.
So don't forget all again, guys, as I said earlier on, all you back to school people or back to college or university, guys, send me an email, matthewmurrayyoutube@mail.uk, and also send us a tweet or message on where your subjects are, what you're up to as well this year, and just basically we'll talk about it again next week.
And also, if you had your GCSE results, well done.
If you passed your GCSE results, I actually forgot to talk about that again because we talked about that on Wednesday night when we recorded the podcast. GCSE results, a lot of you are passed with flying colours, congratulations, or ones got okay results, or ones who didn't. All I can say to you is, guys, that they're the ones who failed any results. Don't let it be a downer in your life. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get out there and work hard, because at the end of the day, guys, it's not the end of the world. You know, you can redeem yourself, you can reset them again, you can go out and do other things. Don't let that be a hiccup in your life. Let it be just like maybe a lesson to learn, where you can move on in your life and pick yourself up and, you know, say to yourself, I can, whatever I want to do in my life, well, it's a dream of mine, whatever I have, don't let that stand in your way. Keep working hard, keep plugging away, guys, because at the end of the day, hard work pays off. And if you want to do something in your life and it's a goal of yours, if you've got a goal set in your life, go for it. Don't let anybody stand in your way and try and achieve it. At the end of the day, guys, it's okay, it's a GCSE result, you can reset it again, or you can go elsewhere and do something else. At the end of the day, guys, don't let it stand in your way. Keep your head up, keep your chin up, don't let it get you down, and most importantly, you know, work hard, because if you work hard, then good things do come to you. So that's all I can say, guys. So, and for all you ones that did pass your results, congratulations. If you're going to university or whatever, best of luck to you guys. As I said, I'd like to hear from you here on the podcast. So
Exactly,
yeah,
it's only a number.
It's only a number, guys. Exactly. Keep the heads up. At the end of the day, I didn't leave school with very many GCSE results, and I'm doing quite well for myself. Even though you trolls out there think that I don't actually work for them, which I do.
You're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, fools. You know, at the end of the day, guys, if you've got a goal in your life, set it. Unfortunately, I have a couple of goals in my life which I almost reached, but I decided to put my kiddies first and put my family first, and then hopefully one day I can achieve my goals. I've achieved some good goals in life, but at the end of the day, there was some that I wanted to achieve when I was younger. Unfortunately, I can't do it now because obviously I decided to stay at home and raise my children. So that's obviously because they come first. But the bottom line, guys, anybody there who has a dream and wants to work hard for it, don't let anything stand in your way. Work hard and dreams do come true. So on the end of that note, guys, we're going to get out of here for another podcast this week. Brooke, thank you once again for joining us.
No problem.
So
I'm going to have to be here next week.
Because you're going to sing on the podcast.
You're going to have an amazing time with this, aren't you?
I'm going to plug it all week. I'm going to put it on Instagram all the time.
No, you aren't recording.
You're going to sing on the podcast.
No, you're not going to record me on the podcast whenever I'm singing.
Do you know what I'm actually suggesting? Maybe one day doing the podcast on a video format as well.
That'd be fun.
We'll have to wait and get another snowball mic.
Probably not.
We're using one between us at the moment, so.
Exactly, so we just do what we're doing.
So you're going to sing a song next week on the podcast.
I don't like you.
Maybe Elvis Presley or something.
No, I am singing the song I picked. I ain't singing any ones that you picked because I cannot. Because I'm going to have to learn them. And learning a song is a lot of effort because you have to make sure you get the right tune.
Sorry if I fall asleep here.
And as you didn't do, you were like trying to hit a note, but you went. So
I know, because I'm husky tonight.
Well, fake.
Whatever. Anyway, guys, don't forget to get in touch with us here. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to get notified for every time there's a new video coming in here on YouTube. Also, if you're on SoundCloud. I don't know why, for the love of Pete, finally before I go here, why we're not in iTunes yet. I'm going to really have to look into that this week, guys. We need to get yourselves on the iTunes.
Yep.
Definitely. Anyway, guys, until next week, thank you so much for all your support. You don't know how much it means to us. It means so much to us. Everybody who subscribes to our channel and watches our daily vlogs, etc. You mean so much to us, guys.
The people who do, move along.
people who don't like us, exactly. Never mind, we're talking about them. It's not even worth talking about the breadth of our talking about them people. But anyway, until next week's podcast, guys, keep it coming. Keep it in. Want to see Brooke singing next week? You gotta hear her sing next week. You're gonna sing. Till next week, guys. Thanks for watching, or thanks for listening, and I shall see you all back here next week for another podcast. So, for Matthew and Brooke, we shall see you all next week.